The ribbons of Season 5. These really don't need a guide, many of you are no doubt already done. I took my sweet time again, but people do still ask for them, and it's tradition at this point. First up, the Warzone challenges. I know many people don't like those. Only 15 out of 100 though, just like before, and they are the same challenges as Season 4, but with different numbers. And this time they all got shoved into the early unlocks, which was actually nice of them, so you have lots of time to be working on all the Warzone stuff. Once again, I'll separate them into the 3 categories of how you can approach them, but we'll go through them faster this time. First, stuff you can easily knock out in Plunder, which is a super chill respawn mode. Even if you hate BR, it should be no problem to hop in Plunder and get these done. Like pick up 7 weapons and drive vehicles for 3 minutes. No need to think about those, you'll get them done while doing other things. Same with use 10 armor plates. You can always injure yourself and buy more plates if you somehow don't do that one. Survive without being downed for 15 minutes is a weird one. I think you actually can be downed and maybe even killed, and also that the game ending doesn't matter, so this tracks between matches like many things do in this game. Like last season, it was survive for 20 minutes, and I think nobody had trouble with it, so I wouldn't worry about this challenge. If it somehow doesn't complete itself, you could always hide in some far-off forest with Ghost on and Plunder, and if the game goes 11 minutes, plus the 4-minute overtime, you're all good. Just move now and then to not get kicked, maybe do some looting in some deserted corner of the map. It should just happen though. Then there's Start 3 Downtown contracts and Start 2 Gulag contracts. Once again, they do mean the prison in the bottom right of the map. That is the Gulag. Obviously, you can't start a contract in the 1v1 arena. And then Complete 30 contracts. That's a fair number of contracts, but you should do plenty of them while working on the other challenges. And if you still need more after everything else is done, you can fly through them in Plunder. Just grab a vehicle to zoom around doing quick supply runs, flags, searches, really whatever you want. Nothing too difficult there. And finally, buy 25 Killstreaks. Might take a while in BR, but easy peasy in Plunder. They took out the shield turret you used to be able to buy for 10k, but you can still spam buy UAVs for 20k. You could even use the never used hardline perk to lower the cost by 25%, but I didn't even bother, it's easy either way. And you don't have to use them, you could just leave a pile of UAVs on the ground, but I usually did, because it's fun. Cash is everywhere in Plunder. If you want a side goal, one thing I was doing was catching up on a bunch of the intel missions I ignored last season, since they give some nice XP bonuses. You may as well do that too if you're in the same boat, doing 1 step per game, and then with whatever cash you find, buy up some UAVs. Like even in just walking up this crane to get an intel piece, I got enough cash to buy 3 UAVs. Super easy stuff. You could also do some contracts, of course. It all ties together. At the end here, I even found an access card and got into a bunker in overtime. I went from not even competing to the top 10 with 750k. More than enough to complete the entire Killstreak challenge. Well, you get the point. Also, playing like that, spending tons of your cash, actually gets you a crap ton of XP. That was not double XP. Goddamn. And I don't think that was the XP bug giving me multiple games of XP either. The challenge bonus was correct. Just easy Plunder XP. But still, play whatever you want for XP, it doesn't matter, and there are tons of multiplayer ribbons to be working on, so it's not like it's a good idea to power level to 155 just in Plunder. Moving along, now you gotta play some BR, but these challenges are still fast. Spend 45 seconds in the gas, plenty of limited time modes can work for that too. Obviously it doesn't have to be consecutive, just step in and out of the gas. Collect your loadout 2 times. You could go to a safe corner of the map and wait to collect your free one pretty safely. Top 30% 2 times, that's really not that high. You could totally sneak around and get top 30% with just a little bit of luck. No need to even fight anyone. And finally, win 4 Gulag 1v1s. The only Warzone challenge that actually requires you to fight someone. Hopefully you make some progress on this while doing the other challenges, but if it comes down to it, you could just hit the ground too hard off spawn, fight your Gulag, and leave the game. Lastly, there are the 3 BR challenges that can take a bit longer. Buy 30 armor boxes, buy 10 munitions boxes. For some reason, this is the only challenge that says in Battle Royale instead of in Warzone, but whatever. And buy back 7 teammates. Yeah, that was the annoying one last time, but thankfully it's at 7 now, down from 15. For the armor and ammo boxes, I stand by saying that you can blow through this pretty easily in solos. Just drop for a helicopter or whatever you can get, pick up supply runs that were far away from the plane path, and buy some boxes. You get 1,000 cash for the contract completion, which is enough to afford the discounted ammo box, and then that increases with your contract bonus, so you can afford the armor box every supply run after that, until you inevitably get shot down or ambushed. But people are generally less likely to be shooting at vehicles in solos than in groups. It's not that hard to get 4 to 6 supply runs in per game. Alternatively, you could just be buying these over time through normal gameplay, farming cash with contracts in a team, or hoping for a fire sale to absolutely blow through this challenge, or waiting for some limited time mode like Stimulus, where you start with 4,500 cash, so you could just loot a couple things and then buy a box. But honestly, I wouldn't even consider that faster than supply run chaining in normal BR. So the boxes truly ain't that bad. Revive 7 teammates is the only thing you can't do solo, and random teammates are unreliable at best. People are often gonna leave after they die. You could try to tell them to stay and that you'll res them, but who knows if that'll help. 7 isn't a crazy number to just reach by playing normally if you play any Warzone whatsoever, but if not, then the only easy way to do this is to party up with like-minded people hunting for the challenge. Once again, you can try to use the comments, or maybe a bit more reliable, you can use my Discord. I always have linked in the description. There's a party up channel in there you can find, and it's not like there are gonna be people there 24/7, but I saw tons of people over time getting in groups to get their Revive challenge done. And remember, it's crossplay, so it should not be hard to find a duo. One person as the designated reviver, and the other person has a series of parachuting accidents. The reviver can once again use supply runs to get the free revive. I'd say that's easier than getting the cash together, but however you want to do it. 7 revives, it ain't too bad. It's up to you if you want to struggle with randoms or try to party up. And there, we're all done with Warzone. All the same stuff as last time, but there's a quick refresher. Now on to the multiplayer challenges, with these all being pretty much the same as what we've seen the previous 5 times. I'm not gonna have much to say here. I feel like it's the end of the term and I'm all out of lessons. How about I just roll in the TV and we watch some Home Alone? No? Okay. I'll just pick out a few challenges I think I can help the most with if you've forgotten the easy ways or this is your first time here. The challenge to run 10 people over is back, although you can just use a free ground war vehicle. Kills with the turrets will count towards the challenge. You don't have to run people over. It's weird how the challenge at first said run people over, and then they changed it to say run people over or get vehicle kills, and then it went back to run people over. But yeah, you can still just get vehicle kills. Confusing, but there you go. Or, it's also pretty darn easy to be running people over with the Wheelson on small maps. If you're comfortable earning a Wheelson on shipment, then that's gonna be roughly as quick as getting IAV kills. Super easy either way. Also remember that for all the Killstreak related ribbons, like call in 40 Killstreaks, call in 40 UAVs, those can be done anywhere. So spamming UAVs in plunder, which you had to do anyway, is gonna count towards those too. And calling in airstrikes or whatever else in co-op special ops is gonna count too. Even though nothing else counts in there, Killstreaks transcend game mode for whatever reason, so you can do those wherever you like. And of course everything counts in Warzone, it's just an extension of multiplayer, if you feel like doing more challenges in there. Like you have to get a couple finishing moves, and you could do that on downed enemies in plunder, especially with all those UAVs up, it's pretty easy to do that, but it's also pretty easy running around like crazy on shipment. Yeah, most things will be easier in multiplayer. There are quad feeds, of course, you actually need 5 this time, but it's unlocked really early, which I think is way better than needing to get 1 at the very end. You have tons of time to get these. I do have a separate video explaining the details of quad feeds, why they sometimes may not count when you think they should have, as well as some other tips. If you're playing the fast grind modes, this should really be no problem. I always see the groaning about this challenge, and man, I don't know, I would guess I got 30 to 40 quad feeds on the way to level 155 through natural gameplay, and that isn't a flex. I don't think I got them through skill. It's mostly luck. You just have to be playing the small maps and be aggressive. Using killstreaks and hardcore can make it even easier. Running something like an AK or an AMAX on hardcore shipment should make it too easy. Quad feeds can be frustrating if you're exclusively trying for them because of the luck element. I totally agree with that, but hopefully if you're playing lots of the small maps, it'll happen a ton without ever needing to worry about it. If you're camping in a corner in ground war, then yeah, this challenge will be hard. You might have to adopt a different playstyle, or maybe get it with a high kill streak. Some people will always recommend infected, or whatever other niche methods. Sure, I prefer hardcore shipment to everything, but up to you. Best of luck with quad feeds. I am all out of things to say about them at this point. The final challenge you'll have to get will be 3 popcorns, which could hold you up, unless hardcore shipment is around, of course, and then yeah, just toss some C4s around, and that's done. Well, there are your Season 5 ribbons. Yeah, not a whole lot to say, because these are very similar to last season, following the theme of stuff that's also possible in Warzone. Nothing too complicated or challenging. Mostly, it's just about the usual ranking up, and keeping on top of the checklist of things to do. Well, we'll see if there's another full season after this with new officer challenges. I feel like they will want to continue with the seasons to at least add new weapons, battle passes. This was the last seasonal emblem that was originally data mined, so I don't know if they've got more planned. I don't keep up with the data mining stuff that much. Maybe they've found more emblems. I don't know. We'll see. If it's more of the exact same stuff, I may not cover them again, especially with how lazy I've been with ranking up. I'm sure these aren't the most useful things anymore, but I'm open to it if people still feel like it. We'll see what happens. Good luck with your emblem hunt. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.